Well, turning to your health, the holidays are an enjoyable and festive time for most, but they can also create some emotional challenges, especially for seniors. Now, as we get older, seasonal affective disorder, which is also known as SAD, can take form, and that is a form of depression that cycles with the seasons. It can occur any time of the year, but it does typically affect people during the winter, often right around the holidays. So here to provide expertise on that is psychologist and mental health expert Garcia-Balis, the CEO at Airport Marina Counseling Service. Good morning, and thank you so much for being with us.
Good morning. I'm excited to be here to talk about what it is, why it happens, signs to look out for, and what to do about it.
Well, let's start with just the idea of this seasonal depression, and how does holiday blues differ from what we're talking about among seniors this time of year, and how common is it?
It's very, very common, and it's very important to look out for just changes in mood and behavior, difficulty concentrating, changes in eating or sleeping patterns, lack of energy, not wanting to get out of bed to brush your teeth or take a shower, being angry or spiteful about those that express joy in the holiday season. These are all signs that you may be experiencing the holiday blues or seasonal affect disorder.
So are they the same thing, though? Like, is holiday blues and seasonal affect disorder the same, or do they just happen around the same time of year?
That's a great question. And the two key points here are intensity and duration. So the symptoms are the same, the signs are the same. But seasonal affect disorder typically lasts during the holiday season. So we're talking about mid-November to the middle of January. If your feelings are very intense, let's take tearfulness, for example. If you're crying sometimes, and if you're crying all the time, those are two different things. Crying sometimes are more mild, and that can be a sign of the holiday blues or seasonal affect depression. Crying all the time could be a sign of actual clinical depression.
So what are the common signs that we see among seniors specifically when they are suffering from depression?
So common signs include not wanting to get out of bed, as I mentioned. Some of the reasons that they experience the holiday blues include being reminded of parents, siblings, or friends who have died. They may have financial limitations. They may be isolated or alone. They may be experiencing the loss of independence or mobility. And they may be having to change traditional patterns due to death, illness, or injury.
And these things are exacerbated more during the holidays, or it just comes more into focus, that aloneness and that disconnectedness, or the missing of past relatives?
Yes, that's correct.
So given that this is seasonal, that SAD is seasonal, is there any research that would suggest that it's less common in areas like California or Florida, where it's sunnier throughout the year and we don't typically have that same sort of degree of loss of sunshine?
Absolutely. There are many studies and research that show that sunshine is so important and that actually it improves our mood. So study and research show that those states that have more of those winter months and more of the gray and less of the sun, people tend to get more depressed than, let's say, those in California.
So what can seniors do to avoid these holiday blues, and what can we do to make sure that our loved ones aren't falling into that?
That's a great question. So number one, exercise. Everyone should exercise. Caregivers, encourage your seniors to exercise. Physical activity makes people feel good. Number two, don't isolate. Go to your local senior center and see what activities or classes they have to offer, or volunteer somewhere. Volunteering improves mood and gives people a sense of purpose. Number three, participate in holiday activities. Most cities have at least one activity for their residents during the holidays. At Airport Marina and in my community, the Westchester Mental Health Guild puts on a holiday lights tour, and it's a self-driven tour of decorated homes that you can enjoy with friends and family. Caregivers, call your seniors, ask questions and listen. And finally, if it feels like nothing is helping, seek professional help. Go to your doctor, call a mental health professional. At Airport Marina, we help seniors cope with the holiday blues, with seasonal affect disorder, and overcome depression.
Reaching out and checking in on our loved ones, so important all year round, and particularly at the holidays. So thank you so much, Eden Garcia-Balis of the Airport Marina Counseling Service. We really appreciate your time and for shedding some light on this for us.
Thank you for having me. Happy holidays.